They say the Amazon never sleeps, and when you step into this colossal wilderness, you feel why. Let's explore with Animal Prime. A mist hangs low over an endless sea of emerald leaves. Rivers, the color of brewed coffee, twist through the jungle like veins, pumping life into one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth. Here, every sound matters. The crackle of branches, the shriek of unseen birds, and sometimes the silence that means something is watching you. This is not just a rainforest. It's a battlefield where every move is calculated, every mistake can be fatal, and survival is an art perfected over millions of years. In the Amazon, power wears many faces, from giants that crush with sheer strength to tiny creatures whose very skin carries death. And tonight, we journey into its heart to witness survival in its rawest, most astonishing form. The silent ambush, Jaguar versus Capybara. The riverbank is calm, sun-dappled, and seemingly safe. A group of capybaras, the largest rodents on Earth, graze peacefully, their whiskers twitching as they pull at the grass. But hidden beneath the shadows, invisible to everything but its own instincts. A jaguar waits. Unlike its African cousin, the leopard, the jaguar is built like a tank, shorter and stockier, but immensely powerful. It is the Amazon's apex predator, able to hunt on both land and water. Its jaw bite is the strongest of any big cat, capable of crushing a skull or piercing through the armored head of a caiman. And that's what makes this moment so tense. The capybara is just a step away from becoming a lesson in evolution's brutal efficiency. In slow, deliberate movements, the jaguar slides closer. Muscles coil under its spotted golden coat. Then, silence breaks. One explosive leap. The capybara has no time to react. A powerful jaw clamps down, and the jungle falls silent again. This is how apex predators maintain balance, preventing herbivore populations from overwhelming fragile riverbank vegetation. It looks violent, but it's the heartbeat of an ecosystem. The river giant, green anaconda. Beneath those same muddy waters lurks another Amazon legend, the green anaconda. Imagine a snake as thick as a telephone pole and weighing over 200 kilograms. Its power lies not in speed, but in patience. It waits, motionless, often submerged with only its nostrils peeking above the surface. Until something, anything, comes close enough. Anacondas are ambush masters. Wrapping their muscular coils around prey and suffocating it before swallowing it whole. They don't need to eat often. One capybara, one deer, or even a caiman can sustain them for months. But perhaps more surprising is their courtship. During mating season, multiple males entwine themselves around a single female, creating a mating ball, a writhing knot of scales and strength, lasting for weeks, driven by one primal purpose: to continue the species in one of Earth's harshest breeding grounds. In the stillness of the Amazon, Even giants like the anaconda have their vulnerable moments, relying on perfect timing and raw strength to thrive. The endless march. Army ants. If the jaguar is the Amazon's stealth assassin, the army ant is its unstoppable army. These ants don't build permanent nests. They move constantly, their colony forming a living structure capable of consuming nearly every small animal in their path. Lizards, insects, even small birds. Nothing is safe when a swarm advances. What's remarkable is how coordinated they are. Each ant is tiny and fragile alone, but as a swarm, they are an overwhelming force. They adjust their movement in real time, redirecting streams of bodies to capture and dismantle prey, leaving behind nothing but bone. Yet for all their ferocity, they are crucial to the forest. By preying on insects and small animals, they regulate populations and prevent outbreaks that could devastate plant life. It's a different kind of power, not brute force or cunning stealth, but teamwork so efficient it borders on terrifying. Intelligence in the canopy, Capuchin monkeys. High above in the sunlit canopy, another survival strategy plays out, not with muscles but with minds. Capuchin monkeys are small but incredibly intelligent. They use tools, cracking nuts with stones, probing crevices with sticks to extract insects, and teaching these skills to their young. In a jungle where danger lurks everywhere, knowledge becomes their greatest shield. Unlike the solitary jaguar or the ever-roaming army ants, capuchins thrive on social bonds and shared learning. They watch, they imitate, and they adapt faster than most creatures here. Their survival lesson is simple but profound. Brains can outmaneuver brawn, at least when you stick together. And yet, for every strategy that succeeds, there's another creature ready to challenge it. From the skies above to the rivers below, life here is a web of constant tension, each strand vibrating with opportunity and risk. The question is, who adapts best when the stakes are life itself? The sky tyrant, Harpy eagle. The Amazon canopy stretches hundreds of feet above the forest floor, and for many animals, it is a world of safety. But even up here, there is no such thing as invulnerability. The Harpy eagle rules this aerial kingdom with wings spanning up to 7 feet and talons longer than a grizzly bear's claws. Perched silently on a massive kapok tree, the Harpy eagle is a vision of paradox, elegant feathers framing a fearsome face. It doesn't soar lazily like other birds of prey. It lurks, waiting for the right moment. And when it strikes, it is devastating. A flash of black and white feathers, a rush of wind, and a monkey vanishes from the canopy without a sound. Its hunting technique is almost surgical. It can pluck a howler monkey from a branch, a sloth from its leafy camouflage, or even a toucan mid-flight. And yet, despite its raw power, the Harpy eagle is surprisingly shy around humans. Preferring an undisturbed forest, its very presence is a marker of a healthy ecosystem, a living symbol that this part of the forest is still wild, still balanced. The art of stillness, three-toed sloth. Just a few trees over, an entirely different survival philosophy plays out. Hanging motionless, upside down, covered in a fuzzy layer of algae that tints its fur green, the three-toed sloth might look like an accident of evolution. But in reality, it is an expert at something most creatures can't afford: doing nothing. Sloths move so slowly that moss grows on them, providing natural camouflage. Their metabolism is extremely low, meaning they can survive on very little food and rarely need to descend from the trees, except to relieve themselves, and even that only once a week. This strange, slow existence shields them from predators like the Harpy eagle or jaguar, who often overlook them altogether. To humans, it looks lazy. To nature, it's genius. Stillness becomes a survival weapon, allowing the sloth to thrive where speed and aggression dominate. The pack versus the predator, giant otters versus caiman. Back in the water, the tables turn. Here, apex predators like the caiman, relatives of crocodiles, usually hold dominance. But there is one exception, the giant river otter. These sleek social hunters can grow over 6 feet long, making them the largest otters on Earth. Unlike solitary predators, giant otters hunt as a coordinated family unit. They communicate with chirps, whistles, and growls, weaving around one another with military precision. And when a caiman dares to intrude, the otters attack together, nipping and striking from multiple angles until the much larger reptile retreats in defeat. The image of small mammals forcing back a reptilian powerhouse is astonishing. But it's proof that in the Amazon, strength doesn't always belong to the biggest teeth. It belongs to teamwork and trust. The fearless duel, Jaguar versus Caiman. Yet even teamwork has its limits. When the jaguar enters the water, every creature knows to scatter. Unlike most big cats, jaguars love water, using it as a strategic advantage. A jaguar spots a caiman basking near the bank and slips into the river like liquid gold. With barely a ripple, it approaches, eyes locked on its armored prey. Then in one explosive move, it lunges, biting through the caiman's skull with a single bone-crushing clamp. The duel is over almost before it begins. This fearlessness, wading into a reptile's domain and emerging victorious, cements the jaguar's status as the Amazon's supreme apex predator, unmatched both on land and in water. It's a reminder that evolution rewards adaptability as much as raw power. Colorful warning, poison dart frog. Not all threats in the Amazon are large or loud. Some are just 1 inch long, yet carry enough power to stop a predator dead in its tracks. The poison dart frog, with its neon blue or bright yellow skin, looks like a tiny gemstone hopping through the undergrowth. But that dazzling beauty is a billboard that screams, "Touch me and you die." These frogs secrete potent toxins through their skin, enough in some species to kill up to 10 grown humans. Indigenous tribes have long used these toxins to tip their hunting darts, a testament to the frog's biochemical arsenal. Unlike the jaguar or the eagle, the dart frog doesn't chase prey or fight rivals. Its entire defense is warning and chemistry, proving that in the Amazon, survival doesn't always require brute force. Sometimes it's about being untouchable. The unseen predator, human impact. Yet among all these creatures, there is one predator that does not belong. One whose influence extends further and faster than any apex animal, humans. Deforestation carves scars into once untouched jungle. Poaching, illegal pet trade, and habitat destruction threaten the delicate balance that has taken millennia to form. Jaguars are losing territory, harpy eagles are losing nesting trees, and even the tiny poison dart frog is disappearing as its microhabitat shrinks. But there is hope. Conservation efforts, from indigenous-led reserves to global reforestation projects, are fighting to protect these lands. Because the Amazon is more than just a forest, it's the planet's lungs, a living memory of Earth's wild past and perhaps its wild future. From the jaguar's silent stalk to the dart frog's deadly colors, from the cooperative might of otters to the lonely stillness of the sloth, one truth emerges. There is no single path to survival. In the Amazon, every species writes its own story, sometimes brutal, sometimes beautiful, always essential. And yet, the greatest battle isn't between predator and prey. It's between wilderness and the relentless advance of humanity. If we lose this fight, we don't just lose animals. We lose a living masterpiece of evolution itself. The Amazon at dusk is a paradox. Shadows stretch across the forest floor, while golden light filters through the canopy. painting leaves in shades of fire and emerald. The air hums with life. Distant howler monkeys, the buzz of insects, the rhythmic splash of fish breaking the surface. In this moment, the jungle feels eternal, yet fragile. The symphony of survival. Every creature we've witnessed today carries a different survival song. The jaguar, moving like a phantom between worlds of land and water, embodies silent strength and patience. The anaconda, coiled and waiting, reminds us that stillness can be just as lethal as speed. Army ants teach us the raw power of unity, while capuchin monkeys show that intelligence and culture are not exclusive to humans. Above, the harpy eagle owns the skies, a symbol of precision and dominance, while the three-toed sloth defies every expectation, thriving by choosing stillness over speed, invisibility over confrontation. And then there are the giant otters, creatures of cooperation and trust, standing their ground against predators far bigger than themselves. The poison dart frog, small yet fearsome, proves that nature's greatest defenses sometimes come in the smallest packages. Each of these survival strategies is a testament to evolution's brilliance, shaped by millions of years of pressure, competition, and adaptation. Each species is not just surviving, but defining its place in this ancient web of life, a lesson beyond predators and prey. Yet beyond the fierce duels and clever escapes, the Amazon tells us something deeper. This forest is not a place of constant chaos. It is a carefully tuned orchestra, each life form playing a part. Remove one instrument, and the music falters. Remove too many, and the song stops entirely. Humans have been silencing parts of this symphony for decades. Logging, agriculture, mining, and illegal wildlife trade continue to erode the Amazon's stability. Jaguars lose hunting grounds, harpy eagles lose nesting trees, and fragile amphibians, like the poison dart frog, lose entire microhabitats. The result? Not just fewer animals, but cascading effects that can unravel the entire ecosystem. But there is hope, and it comes from a growing awareness that these creatures are not just curiosities. They are guardians of balance. Conservation groups, indigenous communities, and scientists are fighting daily to keep this wilderness alive, replanting forests, cracking down on poaching, and pushing for global policies that recognize the Amazon's role as one of the Earth's greatest climate regulators. Why it matters standing on the banks of the Amazon River, surrounded by this overwhelming abundance, you can't help but feel humbled. For every creature we've seen today, there are thousands more, unknown, unnamed, quietly shaping the planet we live on. This is not just their home, it's ours too. The air you breathe, the water you drink, even the climate you depend on is tied in some way to the Amazon's health. Protecting it isn't charity, it's survival. The day closes as mist settles again over the water. A jaguar calls in the distance, a deep, resonant roar that echoes through the trees. Somewhere nearby, a giant otter splashes playfully, while a harpy eagle glides back to its nest. Even the tiniest dart frog, hidden beneath leaves, continues its quiet vigil. Life goes on, for now. And in this fleeting stillness, one thing becomes clear. The battle for survival in the Amazon is not just about tooth and claw. It's about coexistence, balance, and respect. It's about choosing to be protectors rather than destroyers. So, which Amazon survival strategy amazed you the most? Was it the jaguar's fearless duel, the otter's teamwork, or the dart frog's deadly beauty? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to know which moment took your breath away. And if this journey inspired you, consider subscribing for more wildlife documentaries like this one. Together, we can celebrate and protect the extraordinary creatures that keep our planet alive.